Hope y'all are doing well on this Monday. I think I'm gonna actually turn this way. Turn sideways. All right, let's start off cross-legged here. Got all my cords everywhere. And we'll close our eyes and take a few deep breaths. Hopefully the AC isn't too loud here for the microphone. Nice and cool outside finally, sort of, and windy. So hopefully we're not sweating too much and stinking. Go ahead and allow your chin to drop to your chest. Make sure those shoulders are sagging down, so don't let them raise up. Just kind of drop the shoulders down, let them move forward a little bit, start to round through the spine. If you want to, you can even move your hands to the front of your knees. Start to sit your spine back and make a little C curve with your spine, as if you're curling into a ball. We're going to inhale, let's sit up straight again. Go ahead and lift the chin. Lift slightly through the chest. You can place your hands behind you. Awesome, we're gonna circle those hands around. Go ahead and fold it forward. Reach the fingertips out in front. Staying folded over, we're gonna walk the hands off to one side, just stretching over to the side. We're gonna walk the fingertips through the middle, reach the hands over to the opposite side, as if you're reaching over a knee here. Walk those hands back toward the center, and then you can bring it on up again, stand on up. Let's undo the feet here, place the bottom of the feet together. We'll rock a little side to side. And allowing the knees to relax, we'll keep the bottoms of the feet together. Let's fold it over those feet, just reaching those hands out. Couple more breaths. You can walk your hands out a little further if you can reach out farther. Let's inhale and draw it up. Bring those knees up and together. Feet are gonna stay flat. We're just gonna take one hand, place it off to the side, stretch up and over. And again, let's place that hand down on the other side. Inhale, and then breathe out as you stretch over. Bring that arm down. One more time, we're keeping the feet together. Allow the knees to drop out to the side. We're gonna stretch the hands forward. Trying to relax through the inner part of your thighs. And then we'll inhale, come on up, bring those knees together. You can separate them a little bit so you don't fall over. We're gonna take one hand, stretch it across, grab hold with your opposite hand, and just pull. Remember, you can move around slightly in each position if you need to change the angle of the stretch. And then we're repeating on the other side, so stretching across, grabbing hold. Yawning your face off. Very good, you can relax. We're gonna bring the feet in just a little bit and let's drop them off to one side so we end up in a 90-90 shape. Okay, so first thing, we're just settling into the shape. So make that 90 shape where your front thigh is straight in front of you and then angles in, back thigh is off to the side and your leg angles back. We're just sitting up tall first. Moving those legs around where you need to. Keep it nice and easy. We're gonna fold it over that front leg. Don't have to reach all the way down. Just try to lower your belly button in toward the inside of your thigh. And we're going to inhale and draw up. Just place the hands back a little bit, just so you can move your weight off your front leg. We're going to try something funky. So we're going to try to lift this front leg up off of the mat. It doesn't actually have to lift, but we're going to get a big contraction on the inside of our thighs. So you'll take a big breath in. Go ahead and try to lift the whole leg up, holding for another breath in. And breathe out. You can lower that leg down, and we're going to fold it over one more time. Just reaching your belly button over your thigh. One more breath in and out. Okay, we're gonna inhale to come on up, keeping those legs where they are. One hand's gonna reach over toward your back thigh. We're gonna start to get a little side bend over. So just starting with your back arm, stretching over to the side. Take that back side arm or front side arm and reach up and over. And then if you like, you can turn the body and take that hand, reach it down towards your back leg. Awesome, go ahead and bring your body up. And we're gonna do one more funky thing before we switch to the other side. Let's take that back leg and pull it in. Take your front leg and straighten it out. So we're in more of a hurdler stretch. We're gonna lean away from our back leg. So taking your body, leaning it away from that leg, trying to lower your elbow toward the ground, and you'll start to feel a pretty strong stretch here on the front of your thigh and into your hip flexors. And if you feel like you want to make it more intense, you would just move your body back. So you move your back body away from your front leg as well. You'll get a bigger stretch here. Give it 2 more breaths. When you're ready, we're gonna inhale. Let's bring it on up. Pull that leg up off of the floor. We're gonna give it a second so you can rock your knees a little side to side. If anything's stiff, you can move it around. Okay, and when you're ready, we're gonna drop the knees off on the other side. So we're gonna go through the same process. We're starting with our 90-90. Okay, so front thigh is straight in front of you, angling in, back thigh is straight off to the side, angling back, and we're just trying to sit in that shape first. So remember, with your foot further in, it's a little easier on the rotators here. If you want more of a stretch, you move that foot further out and you'll feel a deeper stretch inside the hip. Trying to turn toward our front legs, sinking those hips down into the mat. Okay, big breath in. We're gonna take those hands forward, exhale, try to fold it over that front leg. Looking for that little sticking point where your body says, hold on right here. One more big breath in. I'm gonna breathe out. Go ahead and bring it on up. Lean your body back, away from that front leg. And we're doing the funky thing again. We're gonna try to pick that front leg up. So breathing in, you'll lift that leg, hold it nice and strong. Another breath in. As you exhale, you can place it down, and we're gonna go forward one more time. So reaching those hands out, lowering your belly button toward the inside of your thigh. One more big breath in and out here. Okay, and we're gonna pull it on up, same thing, taking that backside arm, reaching over to the back thigh, and a little side bend. And reaching that front side arm up. And then turning the body, taking that arm and trying to stretch it down toward the back leg if you can. Awesome. When you're ready, you can come up and let that go. We're gonna pull that back leg in, straighten that front leg out. And same thing, we're gonna pull away from our back leg. So we're gonna try to drop that elbow down, lean away from our bent knee. And if you wanna take that stretch further, you can move back away from your front leg as well. Good, when you're ready, go ahead and come on up. We're gonna pull those legs out of the pretzel shapes. Or rock the knees side to side for a sec. And then we're gonna move over onto hands and knees, going into the tabletop position. Okay, let's start off with curling those toes under. I'm gonna scooch this here. So curling the toes under, trying to kind of spread the toes as we're curling them under, just thinking about space between the toes. Lots of stretching going on there. We're gonna move the hands forward, spread out the fingers, and nice and easy gliding forward and back. Moving only as far as you're comfortable. those hips to stretch out a little bit more forward and back. Opening up through the shoulders where you can. Okay, we're gonna bring it forward. Let's walk the hands out a little ways. We're gonna go up into a high plank. So you can either do that high plank on your knees, or you can bring the knees up off of the mat and do it on the feet. Just holding nice and strong, tucking through those hips, trying to engage those lower abs. A big breath in. We're gonna exhale, drop the knees back down onto the mat, allow the hips to sink, open up through the chest. Lift the forehead, take a couple of breaths. And then we're gonna send the knees out wide, bring the big toes together and reach the hips on back, nice and open through the shoulders. So we're allowing the tops of the feet to be flat on the mat. You don't have to have your toes curled under anymore. Again, we're gonna inhale, let's bring it forward. We're gonna go into a high plank one more time. Those hands are down on the mat. You can either do this on your knees, or you can curl your toes under, picking those hips up, tucking your tailbone, engaging those lower abs. One more big breath in. Exhale, drop the knees down. We're gonna sink through the hips, open through the chest, lift the forehead. So a little bit of an arch through the back. One more breath in. And then same thing, we're gonna exhale, send the knees out wide, bring the hips back, big toes together, and opening through those shoulders. And then inhale, let's go ahead and draw on up when you're ready. If you want to stay here longer, feel free. We're gonna come up onto one knee, so if you need extra padding, fold your mat over. We're gonna bring the other leg in front. Oopsies. Other leg in front and just going into a deeper lunge. So you can either keep your body upright and keep your hands off the floor, or if you want to get your hands down and stretch a little deeper, that's fine too. Either way is fine. Just opening up through that front leg, that front hip. Getting that feeling of sinking through your hip. You know, so if you're down like this, we are gonna push up off the floor, maybe bring your front foot back a little bit. If you're already up, then you're in a good position. We're gonna lift through the chest, take the hands and stretch them up and back. So big and open through this front hip. Giving it 3 deep breaths. Now we're gonna stay upright, but take those elbows and pull them off to the side. So big and open through the chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Like goal, except down here. Now big breath in, we're gonna exhale, move the hips back and stretch it forward over that front leg. When you're ready, go ahead and bring your body up. You can pull that leg in. Give yourself a moment. We're going to repeat on the other side. Other foot in front. Okay, and same thing. We're going to move the weight forward. You can either stay upright or you can settle the hands down on the mat. Maybe take some of the pressure off the back knee if you need to. So either way, either up off the floor or hands down. Trying to sink through those hips. Now, if your hands are down, we're going to go ahead and bring them back up off the mat, and you'll want to move your foot back a little bit. If you're already up, then just hang out right there. We're going to bring the hands up overhead, so hips are still sunk forward. We've got our hands up, lifting through the chest. One more breath in. On the exhale, we're bending through the elbows, pulling the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to exhale, send the hips back, reach the hands forward, and little stretch. Awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and stand on up for our last couple of things. So take your time getting up there. And we're going to try a little balance pose because it's been a while. So try to not use a wall unless you can help it, but if you need to, you can just scooch over and grab hold. We're going to start nice and easy, so spreading out the toes of one foot. We're going to bend the knees a little bit and start by just bringing one foot in kind of close. So we're just making our base a little bit smaller, getting used to that shape, and then we're going to pick that foot up off the ground at the level of your ankle. And if this feels really good, like you can hold your balance here and you don't want to push it further, then just hang out here. You'll bring your hands to your chest. If you want to take it further, then you'll bring that foot gradually up the leg. And we're going to bring the palms together at the chest, getting a little lift here. Remember, if you pick out a spot on the floor to stare at, sometimes it makes it easier. Concentrate on keeping your balance. And another idea would be to get a lifting feeling through your hips. So rather than sagging here with this outside hip dropping, try to actually pick your hip up, hike that hip up, and then keep some stability in your hips and then also in your chest, lifting your chest into your hands. One more big breath in. Ooh, I'm gonna fall over. We're gonna exhale, lower those hands and leg down. We're gonna try the same on the other side. So spreading out those toes like we did in the stretching earlier. We're going to bring that foot in toward our ankle. So making that base smaller to start with. And then if you feel comfortable, you can stack that foot on top of your ankle, taking it off the floor. And then gradually work your way up if you would like. So once again, we're bringing the palms together at the chest. And we're being active about it. So we're going to actively lift that outside hip, stabilizing through the one we're standing on. We're lifting the chest into our hands. And we're staring at a spot on the floor so we don't fall over. 2 more breaths. Awesome. When you're ready, you can lower those hands, lower that foot, shake the toes out. And we're gonna go ahead and lay on down on the mat, either on your back or on your belly. Get in a position that's comfortable for our last couple minutes here. Make sure you can breathe okay. If you're at home, you can use a pillow underneath your head if you need it. And go ahead and close your eyes. And try to keep your focus in the room as long as you can. We'll stay here for one more minute. Start to wiggle your toes and move around some. Stretch anything out that we missed. And when you're ready to finish for today, you can sit on up. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for coming, and thank you guys who are tuning in online. We're going to keep this up. So I'll see you again on Wednesday, and y'all have a great week.